Hello everyone! Have you ever wanted to play POU in FNF? No? Well, now you don't have to ask because I did it, kind of. Welcome to POU's Insatiable Gluttony, a mod I created with a decently small team of developers based on a random image this guy 137 drew in science class. How all great FNF mods start, of course. When I saw this image, being a largemouth POU saying nah to a burger after being overfed, I knew we could turn it into something great. Or at least something passable. The one thing I definitely didn't want the mod to turn into was some form of one-shot Athos slop that just followed the trends. Which is why I chose to omit any lyrics so no one had even the smallest inkling that this was Athos related, as it was not meant to be at all. Whew! Well, with that out of the way, I decided to start with the menu, which I wanted to be similar to the actual POU game on mobile. Originally, I was going to make it the same aspect ratio as a phone, but decided that would cause way too many complications that I probably should just stick with the base FNF aspect ratio. After slapping the POU assets, which I luckily found online, into the assets folder, I began my coding journey, making a menu where you could scroll between rooms, with each room having a different button, assets, and objects. I also coded it so I could easily add extra rooms if I wanted to, though a V2 is not planned unless the mod gets 500 downloads. A V4 is happening, by the way. I'm saying this in the future, past when I wrote this script. Anyway, I added a play button to the bottom of the screen where if you press it, you get taken to the song related to that specific room. For example, the kitchen takes you to Nah, the hallway takes you to car racing, and the bathroom takes you to Skibbity Poo song. Whose idea was that? It was mine. Anyway, with the base menu in place, I implemented a few extra features such as the ability to turn off the lamp inside the bedroom, making the room dark, and the ability to enter the closet and shop, being the hardest parts to code of the entire mod. Inside of the closet holds a few different things. Boyfriend skins, which allows you to change your boyfriend skin in song to a different one. There's literally only one in the release version though. There will be a hotfix. Minigames, which are playable and based on actual POU minigames, and a gallery full of random images the developers wanted to throw into the file. Let's track back into the minigames though for a minute. There are 2 minigames and 1 extra song inside of the minigames section, being Cliff Jump, Food Drop, and Dirt. Cliff Jump consists of you being a POU on a skateboard, able to move between 3 different levels on a cliffside. There are gaps that can randomly appear in the cliff though, and when they do, POU will be pulled down to the gap under him. If POU gets pulled down to the bottom level, he will, let's just say, he fucking died. There are also hay bales which randomly roll to the left side of the screen in which you have to avoid, or else POU will also dies. That's how I wrote it in the script. I added an S there. I don't think that's how I meant it. The next minigame is Food Drop, an incredibly simple minigame where you move POU with your mouse and have him collect all the good food. Though if you make a mistake and end up eating a bad food or missing too many good ones, the game ends and you get coins. We don't talk about derp. Anyway, coins? You might be asking, exactly like that in that exact tone. And that's where the shop comes in. Completing songs and playing minigames will earn you coins, which you can then use at the shop to buy, drumroll, a single boyfriend skin. Though once it is purchased, you can select it inside of your closet and use it inside of any of the songs. Just kidding. You can't use it inside of Nah or car racing, specifically because it screws the entire thing up. Though I coded it so you couldn't use it on Nah, and somehow some gameplay YouTuber got it to work, and it looks like crap, and I guess there's nothing I can do about it except fix it in the hotfix. Anyway, now on to the most interesting part. Boyfriend, who sits in the center of your screen in the main menu just like POU. Boyfriend can actually be taken care of like you would a POU. Minus a few features such as the
elephant green screen effect
or shower. The statuses at the top of the screen, depending on which one, will go down or up when you play a minigame or song, and you can replenish them in various ways. Hunger by dragging him the burger in the kitchen, health by dragging him the health potion in the laboratory, energy by keeping the light off for a little while, and happiness by simply playing songs or minigames. Though when you close the mod and come back after a while, he actually loses status, just like in the original POU game. I won't go into too much detail on how this is coded, but the easiest way to explain it is it tracks what time you close the game, and then calculates how much the status should go down based on the time you open the game again. Boyfriend's asset also changes based on his status, so don't let him get sick, or else. Green boyfriend! Anyway, that's pretty much the end of the POU video, but I have an important announcement that's related to FNF and the POU mod in general.